Okay, friends, I got another question. This question, again, is another really great question that I get asked all the time. The question is, where did it go? Okay, being trans by definition is changing one's gender to the opposite of the biological one you were born to, right? So I'm confused about your choice in wearing makeup and heels, yet you are trans. I'm confused by that. If you feel masculine, why revert back to your feminine characteristics? Uh, I get asked this a lot, so my answer over time has gotten pretty concise, I like to think, for me anyway. Um, so an example that I like to use is, say you have a male that was born male, biologically male, and he's okay with that. So you have a cisgender male, because that's what that is. You have a cisgender male, and he identifies as a homosexual. Uh, and let's just say, for the sake of discussion, that this homosexual man is incredibly masculine. He's a bear, perhaps. Not that all bears are masculine, but anywho. So he's this like really hairy, burly, super masculine gay man. For those that exist outside the LGBT community, that particular gay man would go against their stereotypical idea of what a gay man is, because a heteronormative society typically stereotypes gay men as effeminate. They think that all gay men are super effeminate, which is not true. Those of us within the LGBT community are very aware of that. So those of you that exist in the spectrum outside of transgender, of course, you have these stereotypical ideas of what trans people should be, because in our society, the gender paradigms, the gender stereotypes are very rigid. If you're a man, then this is how you should look, talk, act, sit, dress. Conversely, if you're a woman, there are very rigid ideas of how that woman should behave and dress and carry herself. But the reality of that is, even within the heteronormative society, there are men and women that do not fit those stereotypes. My mother, for example, obviously, heterosexual, heteronormative, but she's actually very masculine for a woman. I know many heteronormative men that are not really terribly masculine. There's actually a population of men that identify as heterosexual and enjoy wearing heels and makeup and things of that nature. So, also within the transgender community, there is a group of us trans guys that we do identify as transgender individuals or transgender males. We sound male if we've taken the choice of medical transition. I'm going to use myself as an example. I, for the most part, sound male. I look male. And I move through society for the most part as a male when I'm fortunate enough to pass. But I do enjoy occasionally putting on makeup and a dress and high heels. And eventually, after I have top surgery, I have every intention of performing as a drag queen. That doesn't make me any less of a male. It doesn't make me any less trans. I joke around and say you wouldn't walk up to a 250-pound, 6-foot-tall drag queen and tell her that she's not a man, because I'm pretty sure that she would take her wig off and slap you with it. I'm not implying that I would do that. That's just kind of a joke I like to make. Also, there are trans women that are butch. Some of them identify as lesbians, some of them identify as butch lesbians. But there is a group of trans women that are masculine, that are butch. Like, they still like to work on their cars. They, wear cut-off jeans and combat, whatever your vision of a butch woman would be. They're there. They do exist in that space. So, basically, if you think about cisgender gender expression and the spectrum of that, like the person that asked this question, I get the feeling from looking at your pictures of you and your partner on Facebook that she possibly identifies as a masculine lesbian. I don't want to speak for her or anything like that, but I get that impression, so that doesn't make her any less of a woman. Yeah? See what I'm saying? So just because I identify as a trans man, but I like to wear makeup and dresses and heels on occasion, doesn't make me any less of a trans male. Okay? I really hope that that kind of helps clarify it for you. I was going to say one more thing. I can't remember what it was. So I guess it wasn't important. If I think of it, I'll put it in another video. Anywho, thank you for asking this question. Again, really great question, and feel free to ask more. Alright, talk to y'all soon.